Ooga, fucking Ooga cunts. We are live. Welcome back to the best show on YouTube. Here on the Snatchcast, we are Cringe of Yesteryear. Robert can't make it today, but you get my beautiful face instead. So everybody's...
It's exactly like Rob's, except he has a beard, so he's respectable.
It's like Robert, but sexy.
So instead of Rob, we got Rant in Apathy, the apathetic ranter, and Jimmy.
I thought that was...
He's got his face out again.
I thought that was Jesus.
Jim's
Jesus?
No, Jesus was never that fat.
Motherfucker, I swear to God, I will come to Canada and step on your fucking midget ass. Let's fucking go, Schmeckle. Let's go.
He lives in Canada. He's already being punished enough.
Do you not see I'm wearing a Slayer shirt? I'm hardcore, motherfucker.
Yeah, man, he's fucking down with the heavy metals.
Do you ever wonder if Jesus Christ was really saying all that crazy shit? It was because he was starved and his brain wasn't working all that right?
Yeah, he didn't exactly eat a whole lot, did he?
Was he the V of biblical times?
No, it was more. He was just he did all that spiritual shit, which was dumb.
So something about
killing your body. If that's what your God demands of you, your God's fucked.
True. Also, Schmeckle, speaking of people who do fucked up shit, look in the fucking side chat right now for this call. There's an image there. Why did you commit that crime, Schmeckle?
Dude, remember I got kicked out and had to... It's not on the side chat for me.
Oh. God damn it. Oh, here. I'll send it to you on Twitter and you can throw it up. How about that?
That sounds good. Yeah, as we're doing that, Peewee Herman. The fuck did he do? He jacked off in a fucking movie theater. I know that.
Oh, he's done more than that, my friend. Holy shit.
At some point, he was a children's entertainer.
Peewee. Well, I want to point out that Peewee Herman didn't jack off anywhere. Paul fucking Rubens did. All right?
Yes, the actor that portrayed... Motherfucker, this guy looks nothing like me.
You shave that face. You shave that face. You put on the glasses.
I have to shave off half my forehead.
No, you put that shit on screen. You put it on screen and let the other panelists and let the audience decide if that looks like a shaved Schmeckle with different glasses.
Yeah, I'd say it looks like a shaved Schmeckle, just not the type of Schmeckle you're thinking of.
That is you, man. That is you.
Yeah.
No, man, I'd have to shave off like the top of my hair.
Dude, we all know why you wear the bandana. We all know why you wear the bandana. You got that 80s metalhead pattern baldness.
No, man, I ain't no Axl Rose yet.
That looked more like Thunderfoot than Schmeckle.
Not Thunderfoot. He kind of looks like Styx.
Actually, yeah. Styx with like some testosterone.
He looks like that smart guy from Stargate.
I'd never watched Stargate.
The TV show Stargate SG-1. He was supposed. I think his name was Daniel. He was the smart guy.
Daniel.
The scientist they brought on their expeditions.
That was God, what was his fucking name? Chat, help me out. He was in Boston Legal. He's in fucking Blacklist.
Yeah, he's the main character of Blacklist. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't see it. I don't see that.
I don't either.
But speaking of crime, Mark, when you did your research, did you find out that Peewee Herman actually was arrested a second time?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Would you like me, or would you like to, at your show, go over the details of how he got fucking busted and why he was in prison?
Well, we will. I like to start at the beginning. And you tell people who it is, and then the fall.
Okay, good. Okay, I see what you're going with this. I see where you're going. Okay.
So, like I said, Peewee Herman does not exist. He is a character. The guy's name is Paul Rubens, and he had a bunch of characters that he was doing a bunch of stand-up comedy in the 90s, and he had a bunch of characters. And then one night he was doing, it was like his first appearance at this comedy club, and he came out as Pee-wee Herman. It was one of his characters that he had done. And he decided that on that take, he would be a little more, like, usually he would come out as Pee-wee Herman and be really vulgar. And because he looked so innocent and he would be really vulgar, he was trying to play off that. But this time he came out and he decided to play into his looks a little bit and killed, like, he got a standing ovation, killed it. It was like his first television performance ever, and just killed it. It was on this freaking show that was like rating comedy people, and fucking, I actually watched that performance and it was really fucking good. Classic Pee-wee. And I don't know if you guys know Pee-wee, but that dude's the man. Did you grow up with Pee-wee? Who here grew up with Pee-wee?
I'm pretty sure he had already jacked off in the theater by the time I would have been watching any type of comedy.
You never saw his movies or anything? What the fuck?
I think I saw his movies like a long time ago, and like one episode of the show. But that was because it was on a tape that my mom made. Like she recorded it on TV, and that's the only thing I ever had. It was a wacky show. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, we'll get into the show. The show was.
Well, I was just gonna say, like it. If my memory serves correctly, it is very. It's so random. An ADD kid would be able to sit down and enjoy it.
Thank you, Chaos. By the way, it's James Spader. That's who we were talking about.
Okay.
That's the actor from Stargate and blah blah blah. But yeah, Ranter, how about you? Oh, where did Ranter go? What the fuck?
Ranter, I think, is having some internet issues. He'll be back. Okay.
Well, I want his input on this because I'm a little disappointed that you guys never. I mean, I grew up watching Pee-wee's Playhouse. I watched Pee-wee's Big Adventure at least 100 fucking times.
Look, I'm pretty sure people who grew up watching Leave It to Beaver is upset that you know nothing about that show either.
That's a good point, but I could talk some Leave It to Beaver.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, it was before my time, but I'm still watch some Leave It to Beaver. I can tell you.
Yeah, but I saw something called Pee-wee's Playhouse. I just assumed it was like young kid shit.
Well,
I thought that up until this moment.
Well, that was the cool thing about Pee-wee's Playhouse. It was like kind of one of the first shows, like Adventure Time. It's like a live Adventure Time almost. It's so crazy that you have no clue what's going on, and that's kind of what makes it entertaining. All the furniture in his house talked. He, like, Lawrence Fishburne was in it. He was fucking Cowboy Curtis. Just this dude that would come over and chill with Pee-wee every now and then. It was Lawrence Fishburne dressed up like a goddamn cowboy. Fucking Morpheus dressed up like a goddamn cowboy.
Okay, I can see how there might be some entertainment value there.
I mean, like, are you not interested now in at least going and checking it out?
Yeah, I'll probably have to take a look. Chaos is saying more recently Paul Reubens played Penguin's estranged father in Gotham. So apparently he's still getting roles.
And I do believe he played Penguin's father in the Batman Returns, the Tim Burton movie. So I think he did it twice.
Okay.
I think.
Was that Paul Reubens?
Let me double check. Let me use the good old Google machine.
Well, because I mean, like, I watched that movie a lot, but Penguin's dad is only in like 2 scenes, like, with there's no dialogue. It just shows his face a couple times with his wife.
Yes. Yeah.
But I can see that being Paul Reubens. He's very Penguin-esque.
Yeah, he's a strange looking dude. He's not the most normal looking guy.
Yeah, that was him. He played Penguin's father. Didn't say anything in the movie, but he didn't have to. He just had to look over and dump the kid in the water.
Right?
like a responsible parent.
Brock Ossidus! What's up, buddy? Yeah, I got all my buddies in the chat. Hi, Will. What's up, Chaos? What's up, Adrian? Hey, yo, Adrian. Hey, Fad's here, too. Yay. Hi, Fad.
There we go.
So
he starts off, he's like a real vulgar guy. He goes on to some surreal kids show. How does he get to masturbate in the theater? Oh, okay.
So he starts off as a stand-up comedian, and this is like in the 70s. He's doing improv comedy, fucking going around doing clubs, worked with people like Phil Hartman. He would hang out with Phil Hartman and fucking spit material back and forth.
Phil Hartman was a cool fucking guy.
Phil Hartman,
that guy. I wish that crazy bitch. Like, why the fuck do you break up with a chick and then go to bed? Don't be stupid.
That's begging for a John Bobbitt situation.
No, but yeah,
here's something I didn't know that I'm finding out right now. But he was on the Dating Game 3 times.
Oh shit!
Apparently, it didn't pan out.
Didn't work out for him, eh?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like, but he was on as Peewee.
Okay, I imagine he'll have a harder time getting love that way,
right?
You're telling me none of those women wanted to fuck a famous guy like Pee-wee Herman?
Well, okay, so it says he picked the name because it sounded like a name too real to be made up. It's like a parent who didn't give a shit what their kid's name was. Pee-wee. That's why he picked the name Peewee.
Okay, that's weird logic as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, somebody. I mean, unfortunately, I only have the frame of reference of living in a world where Pee-wee Herman's already a thing. But I think even before that, if somebody came up and they were like, "Yeah, my name's Pee-wee," I doubt them.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing. This is a guy that came out. He got famous as Pee-wee, and he, for a long time, he did everything he could to be Pee-wee. Like nobody knew who the fuck Paul Reubens was. Nobody could tell you who Paul Reubens was.
I didn't know his name till today.
You say Pee-wee Herman, everybody knows who fucking Pee-wee Herman is.
Yeah, until the guy who jacked off in the theater.
Until that fateful day. We're gonna get there.
That's all I know about the man.
Yeah. So it was David Letterman that he went on in 84, and that's wow, he said he had a sister named Hermione.
Hermione Herman. That's cruel.
Hermione. And this was in 1984. Maybe that's where J.K. Rowling got the name.
I think it's just a British people name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like a real name. When I was young and I read the Harry Potter books, I didn't think it was a real name. I thought she made it up.
Yeah. Well, he was interesting, to say the least. I mean, I grew up watching him. Fucking, that show was amazing. Like, I remember as a kid, I watched Sesame Street and Pee-wee's Playhouse. And then when I got a little bit older, I started watching Saturday morning cartoons and Pee-wee's Playhouse. And fucking, then I got a little bit older and I stopped watching Saturday morning cartoons and I watched his fucking movies. He started coming out with the movies and they were fucking awesome.
You sound like you got a little bit of a boner for the guy.
Dude, I mean, like,
hey, if you were sitting next to him in a movie theater, would you help him out?
If you were sitting next to Big Bird in a movie theater who was jacking off, would you help him out?
No, I didn't watch Sesame Street.
Well, what'd you watch? Insert character name here. So yes, I probably would.
Arthur. Magic School Bus, shit like that.
I watched that shit too. But like you're saying Peewee is before your time, and then you say you watch the Magic School Bus. So, boom.
Wait, were they from the same time?
Magic School Bus was pre Pee-wee Herman.
All right, well, then they were probably just still playing reruns of one and not the other.
Right. And I don't know how long Magic School Bus ran, but it started before Pee-wee came out. I definitely know that.
I'll tell you this much. I think what's the name of the teacher from Magic School Bus? I think
Miss Frizzle.
Thank you. I wouldn't want to date that bitch.
She was disgusting, and clearly she has some type of magical powers.
Something like that. And I imagine, like, in the bedroom.
Also, she's, like, really into child endangerment.
Can you imagine what her sex life would be like? It'd be fucking educational and just dangerous.
Do you think her twat could transform like the bus?
Oh, my God.
I don't feel anything. It's like a child in a school bus.
She was a fucking magical tranny.
Magic tranny.
She was the school bus the whole time.
And Brockus says that Pee-wee was the 80s and Magic School Bus was the 90s.
Yeah, fair enough. We're making comparisons.
That makes sense. I grew up in the 90s.
But I don't know when Magic School Bus started, but I thought it like ran forever and it started like early 80s.
I think it actually started as a series of kids' books.
It was kids' books before it was a TV show, but I think the show. I mean, I don't know if it was like a new thing when I was watching it when I was young, right? It could have been around since the 80s. Will on our list says Leaf's new name is Mrs. Frizzle now. Will, you can't just rename her while she's not here.
I like it though.
Yeah, but we don't get to see her object to it if she's not. Bring it up later, Will. Next time Leaf's here.
Tweet it.
Or that.
All right. So he got famous doing that stand-up show. Excuse me. He tried to get on Saturday Night Live, but they didn't take him. This was during the time that Phil Hartman was on, and Phil Hartman tried to help him get into Saturday Night Live.
That would have been a different Saturday Night Live.
It would have been a very different Saturday Night Live. But during that time, like, I mean, he was at the peak of his popularity. He was doing not only his own movies, but he was doing cameos in all tons of shit. He was in Cheech and Chong's next movie. He was in a couple of Chong movies, actually.
Oh man, if you're gonna do a character like that, like, from what you're explaining, he sounds like he was probably a bit of a pothead. He probably jumped at the opportunity to be in a Cheech and Chong movie or several.
But he wasn't Peewee in the Cheech and Chong movies.
No, he was some other character.
Yeah. Usually some snotty motherfucker.
No, I can't see. Well, yeah, he looks like he'd be a snotty motherfucker. I can't see Cheech and Chong just being like, yeah, you know what? We'll just write Peewee into her movie.
Yeah,
man. All right. So, it looks like he had his movie first. Pee-wee's Big Adventure came out before the TV show. I don't remember the timeline. I was a kid. I just really liked this shit. So he came out with, I guess he was walking around the Warner Brothers lot one day, and he noticed that people, like all the errand boys and shit, were getting around on bicycles. So he asked when he was getting his bicycle. And so they gave him this refurbished 1940 Schwinn, this big red and white bicycle. And he completely abandoned the script he was writing and immediately wrote a story around this bicycle and made a movie out of it. And it was directed by Tim Burton. And it's one of the craziest fucking movies you've ever seen. Danny Elfman did the fucking music for this thing. I mean, this was
so Tim Burton directed it. Danny Elfman did the music, and this is this guy's first movie, or
this is his first movie. and it's about a bike. It's about Peewee who gets his beloved bike stolen, and he goes across the country to track it down. And
that sounds like a terrible premise for a movie.
Beyond that, I can't even describe it. But it is.
Does he find the bike in the end?
It's so great. There's so many heartwarming moments. Like, I just remember growing up as a kid, like, Pee-wee's funny. There was a part that gave me nightmares. He has a daydream, or like he falls asleep after he hitchhikes and gets into this trucker's truck. And I don't want to ruin anything, but it's one of those 80s moments in a kid's movie that like you'd never see today because it'll just scar children. So, I mean, it's a good movie. It's worth checking out.
I'll probably have to check it out. Remind me, because I won't remember all by myself. But yeah, I'll check the movie out before I check out the TV show. Which would you say is better?
I'd have to say the movie, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It was
good. Watching one like 2-hour movie seems easier than watching a whole series.
Oh, but even just to get an idea of the series, just watch one episode. Just pick one random episode and watch it.
All right.
Because you'll get an idea. Like, all the furniture talks. At the beginning of the show, he always picked a word, like the word of the day. And then it'd be like tennis ball or tennis. And then like randomly throughout the show, somebody would say tennis. And then he's like, that's the word. That's the secret word. And confetti would fall down and everybody starts flipping out. And it's stupid and for kids, and at the same time, it's still fucking funny. Like, you watch it now, and it's still funny. Just
what you just explained sounds like really just a basic kids show thing. Like, that's the word of the day, and then they all.
Right. But the way he did it is like, I mean, I'm sure he's the one that started "that's the word of the day" thing on a kids show.
Okay, if he was the first, it might have been a little more entertaining.
Right.
I mean, I still can't see it being that entertaining because, not a child. But if he was the first, it's something original, right? It's not something people have seen. But so he does this movie, he does this show, he does a bunch of cameos and shit.
15 Emmys.
Holy fuck!
That's impressive.
I mean, like I'm telling you, the show is more than just a kid show. Like, it's hard to describe it, but there is like something about that show and his style of like just doing things that is so spastic and off the wall that it was like, it's still entertaining.
Okay.
Get past the whole like sexual crimes and shit, but
how much of a sex crime is it? He was only touching himself.
Right.
And from what I hear, it was in an adult theater.
He'd have guests on: Oprah Winfrey, Cher, Whoopi Goldberg, Little Richard, Joan Rivers. I'm sure Phil Hartman guest starred. Fucking, like I said, Lawrence Fishburne was a regular on the show. I don't think he was in every episode, but he was a main character in the show that would come back a lot.
Yeah, I've heard of Cowboy Curtis.
Right.
I never knew it was a John B. the Herman thing. Yes.
Mecca Heiny Ho.
Yeah, I've heard of John B. the Genie as well.
Yeah.
I didn't know either of them were from Pee-wee Herman.
Pee-wee's Playhouse. And then another main character of the show was his talking chair, his big armrest chair. And he'd always sit on it to get it to shut the fuck up. That was funny.
Oh, yeah, that's an easy way to get a chair to... I assume that it was the cushion that was the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only way to shut it up. I mean, or you could like, use a wood chipper, but that's probably a bit much for a kid's show.
Try explaining that.
And this is how you just dispose of old furniture.
So yeah. During this time, I mean, he was doing he did appearances on Sesame Street, The Late Show. He had a Christmas special. He got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He made a sequel. He also has a sequel to Pee-wee's Big Adventure called Big Top Pee-wee, which isn't like, how do I describe it? Pee-wee's Big Adventure is still good in a childlike way. Still, you can watch it and still like be entertained and know that it's for kids, but it's still like funny. Pee-wee, Big Top Pee-wee is so bad that it's worth watching. It's one of those cringe fest movies.
Okay. I could I could see that happening. It sounds like the first one was one of those stupid funny movies. And usually when they make sequels to those, it don't go so well.
Right.
Yeah, you end up with them just trying to do the same old shit and not quite hitting the right notes.
Right. And possibly also, like, now that I'm reading this, I'm thinking, like, Pee-wee's Big Adventure was a spontaneous, like, inspiration work of passion, you know?
And the other was, let's profit off of the name of the first one.
Yes, exactly.
One second. Ani has noticed Fagrid here. Yes, that is Jimmy. And yes, he should grow a real beard, but he can't. He can't.
I'm trying right now underneath the beard, but you'll never see it. So
that's not a real beard?
No. Fuck. First of all, no beard is this shiny.
That used to be the cat you used to see in the background now and then.
Hey, at least he got his face on some pussy, huh?
He's got my face on some pussy, yeah. I can get pushed anytime I want. Where'd you go, cat?
You don't have to wear goggles.
He's gonna make himself a new beard. He's searching for the cat.
Yeah, next time. Next time.
It's a fucking cat and a meal. So, this guy, he makes his movie, he makes his show. Obviously, by the second movie, he's gone downhill, right?
That movie was definitely bad, but his show is still going strong. And then
okay, so he still had the show going. Huh? 1991, and what happened in 1991, Mark?
Well, let me read this here. In July 1991, while visiting relatives, Rubens was arrested in Sarasota, Florida.
While visiting relatives.
He was visiting grandma. He was arrested.
You know the fucking cops. The cops arrest him, and they have to call up the local number he's got. So that family got a call saying, "Hey, I'm in jail for public masturbation."
Right.
I hope it was his grandmother.
Oh God, that was like, can I get my one phone call? Damn it! But this is first of all, I think that's a little bullshit. If you're paying money to go into an adult theater to
that
watch
still
porn,
doesn't mean you can jack off in a public place. There are rules against that.
Then why the fuck would you pay money?
I don't know.
I
don't understand the point of that. Porn. Why watch porn if you can't do something about it? I don't fucking know.
It was a different time, to say the least. On top of all that, like going out to a porn theater, of all things, you're going to go to these things, and you're probably going to see people there you know.
All right,
or people you don't want to know.
Ani says she has pigtails. Can somebody invite Ani? Go on.
Invite Ani.
Okay.
Didn't you give me shit last time because I always try to invite Ani?
Yeah, but I just learned she has pigtails. Now I'm into it.
I have no idea who this is, so.
She's a girl that she's a girl
like
that has seen both Mark and Rob Sticks, and she says that they're different in size. I won't tell you which one she said is bigger, but it's Mark.
I am taller.
Wait, are you?
Yeah.
I thought you guys were identical.
We are, but I'm like an inch taller than he is.
Then you're not identical.
Yeah, we are.
You can't be identical and different. How are you taller than him?
We're identical. We're not the same person.
Well, no, but identical, you got to be the same height, do you not? Do you not grow the same?
Hey, isn't one boob bigger than the other? Isn't one arm longer than the other? Isn't one ball way heavier than the other? There's never, even in your own body, there's no symmetry.
I thought identical twins were identical. I thought that they grew at the same height.
We do have the same fingerprints.
Well, yeah, if you have the same fingerprints, you should be the same goddamn size. Wait,
and if someone tried to describe him, they'd get me to a T except for the beard.
Do you have the same DNA?
The same DNA?
Yeah.
It's not like 100% match, but identical twins have like you'd have to do a really extremely thorough DNA, like deep DNA check. Like if you do a standard like DNA check, it'll come off as the same person.
So like, if one of you left DNA at a crime scene, would it show up as like whichever one has a?
It would show up as both, actually. Unless they, I mean, it wouldn't show up as either unless they had our DNA on file, first of all.
Well, that's what I mean. If like one of you had a record and the other didn't, could like the one who didn't implicate the other in a crime?
The DNA there, and they arrested Robert and swabbed his DNA, it would come up as a match.
That's awesome.
But
I got some really good ideas for April Fools, Mark.
But then he could fight it. He could request. There's a more thorough, like, you know, they do a baseline test because that's really all you need to do. But in the case of twins, you can delve a little deeper and come up with.
Mark. Rob says, "How the fuck do you know that, Mark? You're just pulling shit out of your ass. Quit making shit up."
But no, I fucking actually looked this up last time we talked about it.
So yeah,
I don't know. Sorry,
April Fools. I got some really good ideas for you to use against Rob if this is true. I got a couple nights in jail. At best. A couple years.
The DNA test the cops would administer would catch up the difference or not. I have no fucking clue. But the DNA is identical enough to fucking.
Close.
I think that's me. Hold on.
No, it's Schmeckle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was on my end. Second. Okay. So you're close, but they could differentiate.
But see, I don't know. Like, I know that the DNA is identical up to a point. Yes, there are differences, but it's not even remotely the same as like comparing DNA to two different people as twins.
Now, is there any chance you had a triplet who you ate in utero? So both of you have chimerism and two sets of DNA? No?
Possibly.
Maybe. I heard that's a thing that happens.
It isn't me.
Yeah, it's a little embryo brother lodged in your skull. Yeah, he grew the wrong way.
You never know.
Gross.
God, I wish I had an identical twin.
No, you don't.
In fact, well, actually, I wish. I wish I had an identical twin, and I was the Rob of the two, if you know what I mean.
The better one?
No, the one who could get the more attractive one to pick up girls for him. You go to the bar, you be nice, then I meet her the next day, and I'm like, yeah, so I was really nice last night. Let's bang.
Like I go butter him up, and then he swoops in?
Exactly. Yeah. You walk up, they meet you.
That's just called
you take him home. No. I'm talking, you take him home. You sleep with him. Then the next morning, Rob comes in and he's like, yeah, baby, I shaved. Want to do it again? Pretty sure that's like rape or something.
Because that we've done that, and it works every time. Let me tell you. Every time.
Yeah, you go out, the more attractive one, the more smooth one brings the girls home. And then next morning, you know, you can write the nervousness off as, oh, sorry, baby, I have a massive hangover from last night. Also, I shaved.
No, like, of course, I'm going to say I'm the more attractive one. But to be like,
I'm going to say you're the more attractive one.
Robert does well. Robert, there's nothing wrong with Robert.
No, except for his lack of beard.
Sexiest dude I know. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Rob except for his lack of beard.
Except for his lack of beard.
Robert, you're identical to your brother. You can grow a beard.
Hey, no shave November's coming up. I'm shaving this off and starting from scratch. And
oh, you're gonna look like Rob.
Oh wait, I'm gonna be in Florida.
I'm not gonna be able to tell the difference. You're gonna be in Florida.
I don't want to grow a full beard in Florida. That's gonna suck.
Oh yeah, no. Especially not moving from somewhere that isn't boiling hot.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want a full beard in Florida when you're coming from cold.
Right. Nope.
Also, sorry, Will Honolus says, Mark, you call that thing a beard? Yeah, it's like a little like Van Dyke type thing. It's technically a beard.
I keep it trimmed, but you can
it's like a fucking Tony Stark.
It is. It's like a Tony Stark, and you can check my Twitter. I won No Shave November last year, beat the pants off fucking Staggerson Jags.
Well, then grow a real goddamn motherfucking beard this time, Mark. I don't care if you're gonna be in Florida. You'll impress all the old chicks. Then you send them money.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna have to do No Shave November. So this is going away on November 1st, and then we're just letting it go out for the month.
There we go.
Yep.
In fact, I challenge you to go. You said you're the boss where you work, right?
Well, I work for myself. Yeah.
Yeah. So 12 months, 1 year. No shaving.
Well, I work for myself doing sales.
No, that won't work. That won't work.
Like 8 months in, when it's like this long, like, hey, lady, let me get on your roof.
You want me to fix your roof up? I didn't have this voice before the beard.
Yeah. Plus, you don't want to see, like, I mean, I'll outgrow your beard in a month, Schmeckle. I don't want to put you to shame. Like, I'd go halfway to ZZ Top.
I started this new job. I had to take off so many inches, and my beard used to cover the neck.
Now you just have your fucking neck hair to cover your neck.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not female. I should have hair.
Damn straight. God damn.
Chaos says, what the fuck you talking about? It's Movember. Get the porn stash going for the month. No, anybody who just grows a fucking mustache for November, fuck you. Don't ever grow just a mustache. Unless you're Justin Wang. Justin Wang pulls it off.
Well, he grows a Fu Manchu. I mean, like, that's a... Can't go wrong with it.
Yeah, a Fu Manchu on an Asian man, it works.
Yeah.
Other than that, don't grow just a mustache.
Right.
If you're gonna have hair here, have hair here. Also, most people look weird if they just grow the beard and no mustache. You need both.
Although, only a mustache works, but only as long as it's like thick and fucking bushy. It has to be like the thickest, bushiest. It has to be a Ron Swanson.
If you got like a fucking Mark Twain going on, yeah.
A Ron Swanson.
I have a reverse Hitler. I just can't grow it in between here.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jimmy. Do you get that thing where it's like nothing here and then you just get like little bits here?
Yeah. No, me and facial hair, we don't get along. My facial hair exists to make.
Well, see, like I got patches that don't grow because I got a couple scars on my face. But you know, you grow long enough and they're covered up. You can't do that here.
No.
Yeah, you can't like a little like mustache comb over or something like. Doesn't work.
Nope, doesn't work.
The mustache.
Okay, Jimmy, you might have to go with just a beard, no mustache.
Yeah.
Or you just have whiskers. You ever thought of being a furry?
No.
You've been to some of the conventions, Jimmy.
I tried to make money. I don't go there because of the lifestyle. Remember my motto? I might not get your fandom, but I'm glad to get your money. All right? That's how it works. That's how it operates.
Well, I do agree with getting money.
Yeah.
I do like that idea. So
I mean,
I could see it.
It means that yes.
I want to see you go like the big bushy mustache that connects into the sideburns.
Yeah, I think he could pull that off, even with the gap, you know? Like just from here out and it goes up there, you just got a little gap there.
Let me tell you, I wish I could. I can't even do that either. Because in addition to
it doesn't grow on your cheeks either.
Yeah, these two things right here, no hair. No hair. The most I can do
Jimmy,
is maybe
where do you grow hair?
I grow it around the chin, so I can, if I want to do like the Muslim beard thing, I could totally do that.
A chin strap is no substitute for a jawline, no matter how you cut it.
Damn straight. Doesn't work that way. So,
Jimmy, what you got to do is I want you to spend all of November also not shaving, because I want to see where your hair grows.
Well, I can't do all of November because I'm going to head off to Mexico on the 27th. And I want to shave for then because I'm probably not going to shave the whole time I'm down.
Jimmy, are you going to have sex with Mexican girls? Or girls at Mexican resorts?
Careful, Jimmy. Those chicks are fertile as fuck.
That's okay. They live in Mexico, and he doesn't have to give his real name.
No, fair enough, yeah. There is that.
This is...
Yo soy Yimmy.
Joseph Ramirez. No, wait. He's too white for that. Joseph Smith. That's the Mormon guy. Joseph Jones. That sounds stupid. Joseph Como.
Boom.
Mark Como. Your name is Mark Como.
Yeah, so there we go. I can do that.
I don't understand how people mispronounce my name so bad. They can say Justin Trudeau. No fucking problem. Nobody goes Justin Trudeau.
Wait, okay, so I'm saying it right. You're not saying I'm saying it wrong. It is Como.
You are saying it right.
Okay.
Like every time I pop on a stream and say what's up, they're like, "Oh, Mark Comeo's here." I was like,
to be fair, I don't know if I would have read it right if I hadn't seen it or if I hadn't heard it first. I'm pretty sure I heard it before I ever saw the name.
But you don't mispronounce Justin Trudeau's name.
That's also true. But Justin Trudeau's name isn't
spelled. Don't call him Justin Trudeau.
Yes, I do.
Okay, fair enough.
No, Mark. Yeah, I think I'd get that. EAU. Oh, it's the French water.
Yeah, yeah. Think of like Bordeaux without the X. Como.
You should have an X at the end of your name. You should change your name so it has an X at the end. Then we could differentiate between you and Rob.
Luckily, one of my ancestors decided to de-Canadian us, so we dropped the X.
Well, if you wanted to go full American, you could have just gone COMO. You didn't drop the Canadian at all. It's still a French. It's still a French ass last name. Comeo.
I've been called that too.
Well, yeah. I mean, I assume in high school you and Rob were just Rob and Mark Homo, right?
No, like nobody called us by our first names. We were just both Como. And
yeah, but I mean, I assume like Como rhymes with homo, right? Like, it's gonna happen, right?
Here's one of the cool twin things that always worked with us is that like all of our friends called us Como. Everybody called us Como, both of us. And if we're in a group together and both of us are there, somebody be like, hey, Como. And the one they wanted to talk to would always respond to him. And the one they didn't want to talk to never would. Like, I don't know what it was, but they could call us Como and we knew which one they were talking to.
It's something that people do naturally. When you have two people with that you call the same thing, you'll use different inflections for both, and gradually people will naturally pick up on that. So while you were just hearing Como, they were saying them subtly differently. You know,
it's possible.
It's a natural thing that most animals do.
But Robert and I weren't even the ones to notice it. It was like our friends called it out every now and then. It was like, how the fuck do you guys do that? Like, you both are
you should have just been like, well, actually, one of us could see you, and we, as twins, can communicate telepathically, right? So, like, Rob could see you, and he was like, Mark, he's talking to you. So I turned around.
Well, so we don't have a telepathic thing, but we do. I mean, like, we grew up together. We did.
Did you guys ever do the, what's it called? Like, idioglossia or something like that. The secret twin language. Glossolalia. Something with gloss in it.
This sounds very Alex Jonesy.
No. It's an actual phenomenon that occasionally happens like as small children, usually with twins. They'll develop like their own language.
Yeah, and we never made up a fucking secret language or anything, but we always could like communicate non-verbally like really fucking well. You know, we could like share a glance real quick and know exactly what the fuck the other one's thinking. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Well, that's probably because you guys both have the same expressions because you have the same face. You know what you look like angry, you know what your identical twin looks like angry, right?
Right. But I mean, I just don't know how to describe it. Like, we have moments where we have nonverbal communication and we can like
Ani says that you and your brother communicate through docking. Please respond to that as I go fix the fact that I just choked on my drink
for a while, so we've had to resort to talking.
You mean your psychic link doesn't work anymore?
Well, I mean, we try to dock every chance we can, but you can't do that over the phone.
This is getting too
Mark?
Yeah.
Honey, baby, sweetie, you misheard me. She said docking with a D.
Yeah, I know. I heard.
Okay, I'm just
making sure. Anymore. We don't live near each other anymore. I never see him.
So you only communicate.
Oh, I suppose my dick is big enough to reach all the way to New Mexico.
Oh, that's it. Ani has said very complimentary things about both of your cocks.
Wait, is your brother in New Mexico?
Yep.
Oh, cool, good. I'll have a couch to sleep on whenever I go down there.
Fuck yeah. You should get in touch with him. I know I'm not doxing him or anything. He said that a bunch of times, so I know that information is okay. He is in New Mexico.
We found out recently that we actually have relatives in New Mexico, so my mom's gonna want to go over there and do some genealogy research.
Dude, we have relatives in Canada. This is fucking weird.
Nah. That's actually far more common than you think. There's a lot of Canadians down there. I'm not saying you and I are related, but I wouldn't be surprised if it turned out that way.
Rob says he's got a guest room for you. Fuck a couch.
Okay, cool. Sounds fine with me.
Right.
Well, or who knows? Maybe my mom will take the bed. I'll take the couch.
Hey, American Phoenix says I don't look like he thought I did, but I'll tell you, I didn't think you would look like a fatter version of Brockus when I first saw you. So,
well, to be fair, without the beard, he's only about Brockus size, not fat.
I'm just kidding, Phoenix. I love you, man. You do.
Phoenix and they do look similar, though.
Semaj, do you remember the first time I interacted with American Phoenix? It was on this show. It was the very first time I ever came on.
Well, we do bring people together, so I'm not surprised.
He paid $10 to kick me off.
Yeah, Jimmy, that's the one thing we do well.
Yeah.
Break people apart. I mean, the other thing, get people together. The other thing the other thing we do well is break people apart. But I meant get people together. Did you guys know before they were on the cunt stream, Snatchcast, whatever we're going by, Rob and Mark had not spoken in almost 40 years? Now they speak every day. Now they work together.
He punched me in the womb, so I mean, I had a grudge.
Ah, right. Yeah, they popped out and they instantly went their separate ways.
Mm-hmm.
We repaired that relationship.
Right. One day old.
Together, and not only do they now speak, they now talk, they now dock.
Thanks to the cunt stream.
The cunt stream making Twincest happen.
Gross.
That's the worst tagline I've ever come up with.
Yeah, you should be ashamed of yourself. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm here. Why would you say that?
You need to put that in the title of the show. Making Twincest happen.
Yeah, that was not one of my prouder moments there.
I'm a little disappointed in the chat. I haven't seen any deleted messages yet from the YouTube bots. I'm a little disappointed in you people.
I actually I told the YouTube bots that they weren't welcome here, and they've been pretty respectful about it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, since the YouTube thing happened, like it went down. That I know this is getting off the topic of Peewee Herman apparently, but what happened? Did anything happen? Has anyone noticed any changes?
Changes.
Well, because the last time,
yeah,
as far as like streams and stuff, because the last time YouTube went down, certain people's channels just up and disappeared, and other kind of thing. And that was also when the adpocalypse happened, and like advertisements was gone. It just everything just was. It went. It was weird. So I was gonna ask, like, YouTube doesn't usually go down. Like, did anything happen? Anyone notice anything? And did
well, yes, they made a couple changes during that. One of the big ones is that
the bot is dead.
Yeah, the YouTube chat bot for a little bit was deleting messages. It actually hit Brockus the other night when Brockus called Brockus a faggot. He ended up getting his message deleted by the Google moderator team or whatever it was calling itself. Also, Brockus has pointed out again that Brockus is a faggot. We also ended up...
The bot isn't dead, by the way. They're just making it better.
Yeah, they're improving it for next time.
And then they'll put it back.
We did get a message the other night on Leaf Show saying something along the lines of, if you continue playing material you don't have the right to, the stream will go off air. I don't know if that's a new thing. It's just something I've never seen before. And also,
they're giving you a warning now.
Hold on. Are you saying that message came up on Leaf Stream? Like, was that yesterday?
Oh, it was on like this channel, but the show I do with Leaf on Wednesdays. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that stream then. I don't usually.
Well, no, it didn't pop up where you'd see it. It popped up in the Hangout where the like where you see live right now.
Really?
A message popped up there. Well, we stopped playing it, and it didn't take any shit down. And also, YouTube will now be... if a super chat is offensive, rather than give the money 70% to the creator and 30% to YouTube, the money will all be donated to charity.
According to YouTube.
According to YouTube.
Will they still show the super chat?
I would assume... I don't know. I don't know, actually.
I would just assume no. That sounds interesting. Also, the message it's slightly scary. It's a little ominous. Like, do this or stop doing this or we'll take your stream down. That's
And of course, they're not going to put anywhere the specific words you can't say.
Well, no, and actually, someone in the chat, let me see, I think it's Will. Yeah, Will Honorless said, Google just decided fuck it because the bot probably got flooded with racist shit. And you know what? That's a very, very good point. You get Warski and the yeah, you get fucking Warski and the kill stream going at the same time. And the bot's occupied.
Right. The moment anyone found out about it, they started, I bet you anything.
They tried to overload it because they knew that's something you can do. And then there were a bunch of people that weren't trying to overload it. They were just saying offensive shit.
Right.
Yeah, it's not something that's going to work. They're going to need real fucking people to do this shit.
Well, it's one of those things that it's like, oh, you can't say this word. So people saying that word, the instance of people saying that word goes up like 10,000%.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to use your fucking head when you're doing this shit, and Google ain't so great at that. Like, look at the fucking monetization thing. I get with the fucking ads and all that. You got to appease your fucking advertisers, right? But when it comes to super chats, you don't need to appease the people giving you money then, because you're just taking 30% of something donated to somebody else. The creators doing the shows are the ones those people are donating to. They're the ones appeasing the audience. That's free money for YouTube. Yet for some reason, they have a threshold for before you can get super chats. And now they're limiting which super chats they'll actually make money off of. It's like they're trying to lose out. It's a stupid fucking business practice. They don't understand capitalism.
Well, I know, like, the reason why Super Chats existed was because of the adpocalypse, because they weren't making the money off ads as much as they used to, so they needed to substitute that money somehow. And that's when Super Chats came in. That's why they take the 30%, which is, in my opinion, is way too high.
It's too high, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. Let them take their cut. It's their fucking service, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm getting my cut of it, I'm good. What I don't get is why they wouldn't have super chats first off available from fucking 0 subscribers, because any money they make is money they've made.
Well, the complaint that's been lobbied to them, because you also have to remember that Google is full of a lot of like feminists and people out there who are trying to shut channels down. How are you going to shut channels down when people have the option to send money directly to them instead of getting it through an advertiser? Like, if you get things through advertisement, it might be like, maybe it could, because I don't know what it was. It could have been like 50% to Google.
If you own the fucking website and you want to shut a fucking channel down, you're going to do what they do and shut a fucking channel down.
Well, no, what I meant, like for the advertisement, how do you split that money up? I don't know, because I don't have
that's what I'm saying. It should be 2 separate things. There should be like an advertiser thing, which, yeah, have your fucking threshold or whatever. Have your reviews and all that. Well, super chats, that's free money for them. That's money that they get simply for somebody else doing something on their platform.
Right, but if you're trying to shut someone down, why give them the option of giving them money directly? Like, not everyone could do like a Patreon. Not everyone could do a donate. Not everyone can do
literally anybody who can donate money, obviously, can do Streamlabs.
Yeah, but not everyone knows about Streamlabs.
No, and that's the thing. Now, at this point, people will be looking at that alternative. YouTube is driving people to put their money elsewhere.
What I'm saying is that YouTube is a lot easier to access than it would be a Streamlabs, because then you have to open up a completely different website.
Yeah,
you can just go onto YouTube. You just go on YouTube, hit a stream. Oh, you want to send money? Here's a button. Real quick, real easy.
Oh, no, it's more convenient, definitely. But what I'm saying is that there's no reason for them no financial reason for them not to have it across the board.
Yeah,
by making a move like that, they're losing themselves money.
Yes, they are. But you have to remember
how they can get away with this without announcing anything. Because if
all they have to do is update their terms.
Well, if I had donated money with the specific
intent of it going to the person you donated to,
message go up and be it's up to the channel to read it or not, but at least have it go up and be noticed in the chat, because that's what the service provides.
When you signed up, I couldn't pull up the clause, but I can guarantee it's in there. Their terms are subject to change without notice. So they can change their terms, and as long as they have updated those terms before they carry them out, they're free to do what they want.
I suppose so. But
like,
that's bullshit.
I'm not really all that surprised.
It's a dishonest practice, but it's legally sound.
Yeah, it's not that, like, look, they can do it. They're perfectly free to do it. That's not really the problem. But the problem, I think, also becomes, like, if you're a creator and no one informs you about how the system runs, how are you going to know how to run it?
You're supposed to read those fucking terms regularly.
Exactly, but most people don't, because it's a fucking novel.
But when you sign up and you click a little button that says you've read the terms. Of course you haven't, but you agree that you have. You state that you have.
Yep.
So they can act with the knowledge that you have apparently read that shit. And I can guarantee in there, just like there is in every fucking website, that there's a clause saying it's subject to change without notice. Which means, essentially, if you don't keep up with that shit, it's not their problem, it's yours.
But there's got to be some things, especially with money involved, that has to be like, they can change it without notice, but they have to, like, you have to re-sign. It's like a re-signing the fucking iPhone update or whatever. If there's an update to it, you have to.
You're supposed to have to click agree, right?
Like, it depends. I'm sure it depends on what action they're taking, but if there's money involved, I mean, I'm sure that they have to put out a new license that you have to agree to.
Yeah, and there's a good chance they could be sued. There could even be like a class action thing. I don't know if there's any legal reason they can't do this. From what I do know, it is sound, but if there were to be a case, I can guarantee they, being Google, remember, would win.
Huh. Well, yeah. I wouldn't say that.
I mean, there might be some arguments that can be made, because these are people's livelihoods. This is their careers, their jobs, and they really should get more of a say, because ever since you bring in advertisements and money, and people live their lives based on the platform, that's like having employees. Employees have rights, and it's a different system.
It's not employees though.
No, you're right. It's a very different system.
It's not even like a contract worker.
Yes, you're right. But there's still money exchanging hands.
Yeah, but the amount of rights that you have as far as making money here aren't anywhere near that level.
You're right. It's a very different. I don't know what the overall things are like in the way of like making money and everything. But I think that there could be arguments to be made depending on what it is, because some people make money through other ways, like sponsorship deals and other such things. And if you let's say you have a contract to fulfill certain amounts of advertisements and everything, and you're kicked off the platform, well, I'm sure that's lost revenue for you, and you can probably take Google to court for that.
Yeah, well, there would be, I believe there are laws against forcing somebody to break the terms of a contract, but I still think Google would win out there.
They could. In fact, I think the deal with that would be, if it did go to court, is that maybe Google will let you, or YouTube will let you, keep making the advertisements and keep doing your show, but only for the amount that you're required to by law.
American Phoenix phrased it really well. It's street begging. It's fucking busking. Updated to have cameras and mics and to be spread over the internet. Oh, we got no rights.
That is fucking true. And am I still? Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Go on.
I don't know why you'd think. Like, were we too quiet for too long?
I don't know. Something froze on my computer. But
okay.
You would think that.
Oh goddamn, Ani, breaking my heart.
Any other job.
You say you got pigtails. Now you say you have a boyfriend.
You can't have both, Ani. What the fuck?
Hey, if you're gonna be if you got pigtails, you gotta be a hoe. Yeah, you go break up with your boyfriend or take those pigtails out. Do the first one. Go on, Mark.
Okay. I can't picture any other job where
your
the
mom
person
just walked by the
paycheck can just decide.
Who's walking outside your window? Is that your mother?
It is my mother.
Get your goddamn mother over here, Mark.
Hey, Mom, come here. Come on, come here. Come here for just 1 minute. Say hello to everybody.
Oh, I recognize him.
Yeah, it's Schmeckle.
He's the guy with all that hair.
Nice to see you again.
He's really cute.
I think the exact same about you.
Mom, you have no idea what this guy's like.
I hear the marriage didn't work out. I'm just saying, if the Comos need a new daddy. I'm considerably younger than they are, but I'll play the dad role. We'll play catch.
I think you're good to create your own dad role.
I already got one of those too. Don't worry, they'll even get a stepsister out of the deal.
Well, have fun, guys.
I will. Thanks, Mom.
I'd have more fun if you'd stay.
So that's my mom.
Isn't she an attractive lady? One in the chat if you'd bang Mark's mom. And then I'll fight you afterwards because she's mine. Robert, can I get an F in the chat for our dignity? Also, Rob, you better not type 1.
But yeah, I'm stay. I just my lease just ended in Omaha, and I'm moving to Florida in like less than 2 weeks. So I'm staying with my mom in Kansas City for about a month.
You're in Missouri?
I'm actually on the Kansas side of Kansas City.
Oh, right. That one spreads over the two.
Kansas City's like one big city, and the state line goes right in between it. So half of it's in Kansas and half of it's in Missouri.
I forget which one's the good side.
The Kansas side. Well, that's the rich, affluent side. But the Missouri side is like, it's funny. The state line has a road going all the way down it called State Line Road, and on one side is Kansas and the other side is Missouri. And on one side,
I'd like to point out, Mark's on camera. Rob's the one that's apparently really embarrassed by this. Mark was next to your mother as I said those things, Rob.
Who fucking cares? It's Mom. I love Mom. She's the best.
Mom too. Yeah,
why would you be embarrassed about Mom? We're not 14 anymore. Anyways, back to so one side of the street is Kansas, one is Missouri. And so on one side of the street you have like houses and like a church and like a business, like a auto shop here and there. And directly across the street you have like gun store, liquor store, fireworks stand, liquor store, gun store, gas station. Fucking
yeah, because Kansas, from what I understand, is like one of the nice parts of the Bible Belt. Missouri is.
I wouldn't even say Kansas is in the Bible Belt.
No,
there's a lot of religious people.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't exactly know where the Bible Belt. I just know it's somewhere across the South.
I'd say like eastern Missouri is in the Bible Belt, but it's like Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama,
Tennessee,
and up and north of that. Yeah.
Is it? Sorry, I spaced out there. You said talking about the Bible Belt. Is Arkansas around that area?
It is around that area.
Oh, okay, just checking.
I would say parts of Arkansas are in the Bible Belt.
By the way, I would like to point out right now to anybody in the chat, if you'd like to bring your mother on to be on the cunt stream, as long as she's old and like passably attractive, I'll have some fun with her. You want a new baby brother? New baby brother, anyone? I mean, so far I've only pumped out girls, so I probably shouldn't promise you a brother. But a new little baby sibling. Y'all like babies, right?
Yeah. We don't want to gender them yet.
Oh, we can't make that mistake.
No, I mean, you honestly shouldn't gender them before they're conceived. It's just a bad time to try and pick a gender. It never works out.
Hold on. I haven't looked at the chat since my mom came on. I got to see what people are saying.
Oh, they're saying a lot. You interact with the chat. We rolled up over the hour like 15 minutes ago. I'm going to go have a smoke.
Mark, no! Rob's got a bad idea. Oh, that's funny.
I'm narrowing down through all my co-hosts. I've hit on most of your mothers.
Have you hit on Anon's mom? I don't remember.
Anon's mom, actually, no. She hit on me. But Brockus's mom, I think one of Leaf's relatives, I think. Or maybe it was one of Opal's. Shit, who else? There were multiple mothers. Kadunt's mom, extensively. There's at least 5 mothers. I can't remember them all.
My mom's way too good for you, Schmeckle.
Yeah, you know what? That's what all women think till I take my pants off.
Hashtag her too.
Hey, you know what? It will never be rape with me and your mother unless she decides to get forceful. And it wouldn't even be rape then. I'd let her.
My mom is she's a therapist. She'll just make you cry.
She'll just psychoanalyze you while you're getting it on.
I'm not Jimmy. I don't cry after sex.
Although she did say you're the cute one. Where are you?
Yeah, how would you? I walked away first. Forgot to breathe it all out before I spoke. I walked away for a smoke. Now I'm back.
Smoke. Gotcha. Legal smoke. Legally.
Oh yeah, it's legal now.
In Canada.
I keep forgetting that because it makes no difference to me. It's still illegal the way I buy it because I still get it from a dealer. Like I grow my own, but like the better shit I get from a dealer. And like I've smoked for over a decade illegally without ever having an issue. Like what's the change for me? And I'm not gonna go and buy it at the fucking bumped up prices that your mom's getting them at. Also, let's talk about that in a moment. But first, $3 from Joseph Kerwin. You're all a bunch of faggots. That's what freedom.
Thanks, Joseph.
Like.
I like that.
That's what freedom sounds like. He said faggot. Faggot.
Yeah. America.
Streamlabs. And you know what? Streamlabs sent that money directly to me. Joseph, that money is already in my PayPal. 0% taken. That's how much better Streamlabs is than YouTube when it comes to money. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how Streamlabs makes their money. Because they don't take any money. Like they take 0%, 100% goes to the creator. So I'm not actually sure if Streamlabs is good at capitalism. But they're a much better. I have no clue. Like that, I don't think I've seen ads on the site or anything like that. I have no idea where their money comes from. But they're a much better service to use because you get your fucking money. And if you're the one donating, your money goes where it's supposed to go. Streamlabs is the shit. Even before YouTube was pulling this shit, they were better.
Wanted to send money to
100% versus 70.
Cancer, I would. Fuck you, YouTube.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. They said charities. They didn't say cancer. They didn't say anything like that. You know, there are charities that support political parties, right?
I bet you they started a charity called like Keep YouTube from Bankruptcy Charity and just stock money into that motherfucker.
Yeah, and you'd think a company like Google wouldn't need to do that, but YouTube is a fucking money pit for them. They are hemorrhaging money from YouTube. They are not profiting.
From what Google?
No, makes. Yeah, it's nothing for Google itself, but YouTube as its own like subsidiary is hemorrhaging money. It's not a profit,
right?
They're making fuck all. And I mean, they could monetize everybody and still be making fuck all, because a lot of it's the fact that it costs a lot to run those servers and shit. But they could be making less of a loss. They could have a smaller wound pumping out money.
They could probably actually make a profit if they stopped hiring people to go through videos and censor shit.
To be fair, YouTube heroes and shit like that, I don't think they're hired. I don't think they get paid. I think they're just like user moderators.
And yet we give them supreme power over channels.
Well, no, that's just a tool. I guarantee they have people that work for YouTube. They like if a video. I mean, they have those like if video.
Well, they certainly do have the people that have to look over the strikes and all that. That's a necessary part, though.
Right.
Yeah, you need those.
But I mean, if you only restricted videos of like people getting murdered or child porn or child molestation or something like that, you could do that with like a handful of people.
It's still the same amount of videos you need to look over. The big change they should make with the big change they should make. Well, yeah, it is, because the same amount of videos are going to get flagged, and you're still going to have to look at those videos, make sure that they're acceptable.
They get flagged for 1,000 things right now, but if they could only get flagged for murder or child porn or something
you would still need to look through everything that's flagged to make sure it's not that. The big change they need to make is, rather than taking the video down, giving a strike, etc., when there are a bunch of claims made, they need to examine the video first.
Right.
It shouldn't be.
There's 1,000 things they could do to help the creator.
The big thing with the striking thing is you shouldn't only examine the video upon appeal. Yeah. You should examine the video when the fucking flags are done. Yeah. Instead, they look at it and they go, hey, this got flagged a bunch of times. Take it down.
Yeah. And you know what? I sub to a lot of little channels that are, kind of that interact around with us all the time. Fucking Don't Give a Fuck, Suicide, Fad, lots of little channels. And I see sometimes a couple of them put up videos that it's like, well, this isn't taking off like I wanted it to, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, what did you think was going to happen? Do you think you were going to get a couple million subs or something? It's like, it's millions of people create channels and put up videos every day. And you only know about 20 of them. You only know about 40 of them,
Man, I know about every channel on YouTube. I'm actually like a YouTube savant. I'm actually aware of all of them and watch every video. It takes a lot of I have to watch like thousands of videos all at once and like a double speed. I don't take any of them in, but I'm at least vaguely aware of everybody. Also, $5 from American Phoenix. He says, fuck YouTube with the freest of speech I am constitutionally guaranteed to have. Also, the blacks are the cause of the world's major problems, and we should cleanse the earth with holy fire we stole from the Jews. Nigga, 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 nigga.
I thought we stole that from the Greeks. It's the Jews. Okay.
The Jews have the whole fucking Judeo-Christian god. He was the one that smited the earth with fire. All the fucking Greek gods did were, I don't know, like a bunch of rapes.
They did do a lot of rapes.
Like a lot of rapes.
That's like half the stories in Greek fucking god culture are like,
and the Norse and the Egyptians, all of those old polytheistic religions and a lot of the monotheistic religions were like really rapey.
75% of them told stories about like the gods' sons, like half gods, demigods, and shit like that.
Yeah, like, and all of the demigods.
Oh, I pretended to be fucking this, and
I disguised myself as her husband after having murdered her husband.
Right?
Fucking Loki. Loki's the best. Loki has
like, oh, her husband died, so I figured I'd give her one last, like, I'd give her something to remember her husband by, and bang the shit out of her and give her his son.
Fuck, I forget which story that was, but that was an actual thing.
I know.
That was Greek mythology. But no, fucking Loki. He has a son who is a wolf. Yeah. And in that situation, he turned into a male wolf. He also has a son who is an 8-legged horse, Sleipnir. Odin's mount. He was actually the female in that situation. He transformed into a female horse, seduced just a regular horse, not like another god disguised as a horse. This wasn't
the horse.
This wasn't ancient furry shit. This is just ancient bestiality. He made himself a mare, found himself a stallion, and pumped out a little 8-legged horse.
That's to be expected.
Which I would assume means that after getting knocked up, like, he would have had to stay as the horse for like however long a horse is pregnant for, right?
Well, it's a god horse, so
then he pumped out
a little bit for convenience.
He pumped out that little 8-legged horse, and he would have had to raise it for a small while, right?
Well, make sure it's still alive. There's health. Can't just abandon the poor horse.
He would have had to breastfeed for quite some time.
The big horse for a while.
Exactly.
Didn't he give that horse to his father?
And I would like to remind you, this is a story from the people that you generally see as badasses, the Vikings. And
did he give the horse to his dad? Like, I got a present for you. Here's my 8-legged horse kid.
And just to clarify, they didn't look at Loki like Loki was not like a devil type character, right? Like he was sometimes a little malevolent. Mainly, he was a trickster, right?
Yeah.
He was still looked on fondly. Like they still worshipped this guy,
right?
And told stories about how one time he disguised himself as a female horse, got fucked and impregnated by a stallion, and then pumped out and breastfed. Fortunately, the Marvel lore has avoided that part.
It could also be that we do have a low-key TV series coming out on their new streaming service when it comes out. Maybe we'll get that story.
That would be awesome.
Can you imagine? It's so progressive. Loki is trans.
Right? It would be the most... They would portray it as the most progressive shit ever. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's a living creature.
Yeah. It's gonna be great.
Chaos goes, what kind of fucking lore was that? That was like their...
That was the Norse mythology that a bunch of people worshipped as a religion for a long period of time.
Yeah, it was taught as fact for a long time to a certain group of people.
Like, never mind how ridiculous the story is and how obviously not factual it is, but they looked at that guy as a god. That guy who once, for some reason, decided to become a female horse and get fucked by a stallion, carry the child to the point where it was ready to be birthed, and then ostensibly breastfeed that child until it was ready to be weaned. Vikings!
What a trick.
Fuck Minnesota!
This'll show Thor.
Did you just say fuck Minnesota?
Yeah, I did.
Why? What did they do? What's their connection in all
The
this?
Twine is in Minnesota.
Mark, what is the connection between Minnesota and the Vikings?
Pokemon.
Sorry, took me a moment.
The Vikings. A lot of Vikings settled in Minnesota.
The goddamn Minnesota Vikings.
I'm joking.
Oh yeah, football.
There we go. There are two of you here, and the first guess was Pokemon.
I didn't guess Pokemon. I was thinking it historically. I wasn't thinking sports.
Well, here's the thing. Not many people did.
I actually fucking hate the Vikings. Go Chiefs.
A lot of people didn't quite get that because there was a reference to it in the first Pokemon movie, and the main character Ash, they were on like a Viking boat.
Oh yes. Are there still Vikings? Yeah, I hear they live in Minnesota now.
I didn't watch the Pokemon movie. I was busy watching Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Well, the thing is that people watch that and like they're trying to figure out what the fuck does that even mean, and it took a while before I'm like, oh yeah, sports.
Yeah, I'm not a sports guy, but I know I know the Minnesota the one sport that I'll tune into football now and then. You know, nothing else on. I'll watch football.
I worked at a sports bar for years. I was really, really into not so much basketball, but definitely football and baseball. And
I really
last couple of years with the new job, I don't have time to watch anything. It really sucks because the Chiefs are doing really good this year.
Yeah, see, I couldn't tell you how anyone's doing this year. I have nothing against Minnesota. I just yelled that because we were talking about Vikings.
Right, Viking. There you go.
But no, I'll watch football now and then. It's basically the only sport I can get into, like just watching. Basketball I find pretty boring. Baseball is incredibly boring. Rugby, I guess, is all right. Hockey, I can't stand.
Says the Canadian.
It's
to be fair, I can't.
Not that interesting.
I'm waiting for the angry mob outside your door.
To be fair, I think me and Schmeckle are the weird sides of Canadians. I mean, I can't stand poutine, and that's a very Canadian thing.
Dude, it's fries with gravy. How the fuck?
And cheese curds.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I don't.
Dude, what's wrong with you, Semaj?
It looks a piece of shit.
Like you live on a diet of poutine. What the fuck?
Although, to be fair, the other thing we have in here is Tim Hortons and Timmy's and all that kind of stuff, and Schmeckle can't stand them.
I don't drink a whole lot of coffee anymore, but when I did, Tim Hortons coffee is not good.
You're a blasphemous cunt.
It's not. It's just not good coffee. It's half the time it tastes burnt.
I have to interrupt real quick and say, Chaos, soccer, yes, soccer sucks.
Oh, I completely forgot about soccer. Yeah, soccer's terrible.
Golf
it's
by far the worst sport to watch.
Soccer's better than baseball.
Look, the only thing that's fun to watch about soccer is watching the players overreact when someone like gives them a pat on the back and they're like, "Oh God, he attacked me!"
Oh yeah, the falls.
I fucking love those. They're hilarious. Do they not realize there's cameras on them?
Yeah, and that's the best thing. They don't realize, hey, hey, guys, like they can slow this down and see him like lightly tap you, and you go, wait a second, should I? Yeah. Oh.
But golf is by far the worst sport to watch. And as proof, my dad, whose favorite sport is golf, could never watch golf.
There's a reason your parents aren't together anymore. Your mother is far too sexual and exciting for your father. And sexual.
Truth.
Nice breasts. You know what I'm saying?
Truth.
You've been there. You know.
Oh, no, I haven't. Trust me.
Dude, were you not breastfed?
I don't remember, but I would assume so.
Yeah, well, you got you know, you were probably breastfed and Rob wasn't. That's why he can't grow a beard.
That's probably what happened. I came out first.
She's always loved Mark more. That's why Mark's living with her right now.
I came out first.
You think she'd take you in, Rob?
Breast milk is for winners. Fucking.
Jesus Christ, that almost came out my nose.
Chaos, I actually, I used to live.
I'm fucking thinking. I'm thinking just Glengarry Glen Ross. Breast milk is for winners. Then he doesn't get his own cue.
You quote me on that too. Breast milk is for winners. Mark Como, 2008.
Jimmy, make a breast milk is for winners shirt and just make two twins that look like Rob and Mark. One of them smiling and like, his face just covered in breast milk, and the other one just sad. Jimmy, that's an actual request. I want this done by tonight.
Okay. Chaos. I lived in Florida for 8 months, and I got to watch the Honda Open there. I went and wore a golf visor and flip-flops, and I walked around, mowed grass, and watched golfers hit balls while I got drunk all day in the hot sun.
Also, yeah, sorry. One second. As American Phoenix points out, make sure the sad one has a crown. Anyway, I was gonna go smoke 20 minutes ago, and I don't remember if I did, so I'm gonna do it again.
Okay. Yeah, I know you did, but good on you. Oh, I can't breathe. That was fucking good. Semaj.
Oh, hey, man.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good. Busy.
Hey, trying to get a little bit back on topic. You should go watch some Pee-wee Herman sometime. Go watch an episode of Pee-wee's Playhouse, or go watch Big Adventure.
Maybe I will. Well, like the movie in particular, I'm probably, but I think I wouldn't do the show justice, because it's a movie. I probably should just watch the show itself, like an episode.
That was not based off the show. I mean, it has Pee-wee Herman as the character, and it's crazy as fuck. But it has, other than Pee-wee himself, there's zero connection to Pee-wee's Playhouse.
I would imagine so, and that's why I'm saying like I should at least watch the show, at least an episode or two. That way I get an idea. I vaguely remember the show, because I think I only ever watched one episode, but I know it's a fairly crazy ass show.
Yeah, I mean it used to be on Adult Swim when Adult Swim first came on.
It's a really Adult Swim of all places.
Yeah.
Was this Adult Swim was like after, like, here's the thing, we've been talking about Pee-wee Herman off and on. And we're going back on the topic of their chat. But we actually never got a chance to talk about like what he's more famous for now, opposed to everything else. It's like the guy built up a legend, and it all comes crashing down. And now everything that's good about him doesn't count anymore. which is kind of that bothers me. It's the same thing with like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, he slept with his his maid, and then like everyone forgets all the great things he's done. It's
right.
What the fuck has Arnold Schwarzenegger, other than the Terminator, done that's great? Oh, and Kindergarten Cop. I like that.
Don't make me play you the Bill Burr clip.
I was actually referencing the Bill Burr clip because
I love that fucking clip. He's so spot on, it hurts.
Bill Burr, that's the bald guy, right?
The bald comedian guy, yeah. Let me tell you, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, the guy built a fucking legend. He did the impossible multiple times. He's a legend. And now you could say the same similar things. What?
He's the Austrian Donald fucking Trump.
Yeah, he even ran for office and won.
No, he's a governor. Was a governor? Is he still a governor?
No, not anymore. He's back to being an actor.
No, is he acting again?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's he been in recently?
Can't forgettable movie. I think his first movie was when he was playing like an officer, like a really old cop. I can't remember what the context of it was. I guess look it up, but no, he's trying to come back. I think he's going to be in the next Terminator movie. And
shit, I'd watch that. I haven't liked the recent Terminators.
Well, the picture came out for the newest Terminator, and because it had like 3 women on there, and it's very butch, and one woman you can't even tell what the gender is, but you know it's a woman because you recognize the actress. It's like, but you look kind of like a man, but you're not. I'm like, is this some gender queer?
No, and with the Terminator movies, they already had a strong female lead. Sarah Connor.
Yeah, Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor, yeah, a strong fucking female. Was that the actress's name?
Yes, that's her name.
Yeah, no.
Sarah
strong
Connor,
fucking lead.
Ridiculously. The first Terminator, but hell.
Well,
the second Terminator was so awesome.
No, but as the series went on, there's no way you can't call her a fucking female role model, right?
Yeah. You know what I think is pretty interesting? In between Terminator 1 and 2, there's no other character in cinematic history that has made such a attitude and style shift between the first and second movies that has been so well received.
Before you go on with that, Schwarzenegger, I know, was in porn. Was it gay porn?
Was he in porn?
What? This is the first time I've heard that.
Yeah, Schwarzenegger was in porn. I know that. American Phoenix is saying something about him going gay for a medal in bodybuilding. Let me.
Oh well, you had to suck some dick to win a fucking medal back in the day. That's just how. What? I'm just kidding.
I don't think that's. I don't think that's a norm. I know to get into porn as a dude, you generally have to start in gay porn. Okay, so maybe it wasn't him I'm thinking of. I'm seeing something about softcore porn that he did. I thought he was in real porn.
I don't know about that.
Maybe it was.
Says it was Stallone doing porn.
That's it. I was just about to say, yeah, it was Stallone. It was easy mistake, right?
Phoenix says he only won the bodybuilder contest because he bent over the table. Seriously took it up. He went gay for a medal.
Yeah,
medal.
No, that's the wrong medal. He's a trucker, Mark.
Grammar, Phoenix. How are people supposed to know what you're talking about?
That's not grammar. That's spelling, Mark.
But there's commas and shit missing too, so
that's punctuation.
Huh?
That's punctuation, not grammar.
You're dealing with a grammar Nazi.
Motherfucker, I went to school for English.
No, he's not a grammar Nazi. He's a goddamn spelling and fucking punctuation Nazi.
Hey, a Nazi's a Nazi. Let's punch him.
No, I should be punched. Nobody's gonna do it though. Y'all's little bitches. Not because you're
a Nazi, just because you're you.
Oh yeah, no. Don't punch Nazis. But if you ever meet somebody who acts like me in real life, hit him. I deserve it.
Be like, this one's for Schmeckle.
Yeah, just be like, hey, you remind me of some guy on the internet. And then when you're about to get
Schmeckle, I have to ask, dude, do you use a curling iron? Because
no,
it looks
no,
like
this,
you use the curling iron.
Usually my hair curls differently than this. This is actually it after being in a braid all day for work. But no, it's curly as fuck. Back in school, I used to use a straightening iron to get rid of them. While I had a girlfriend who could do it for me, because I could never figure it out. But no, the curl's all natural. Yeah, I used to hate it. Now I love it. Old ladies really love it, which
yeah,
you know, I love old ladies.
Grow longer, dude. There's nothing badder than fucking hair, dude.
Well, no, and that's why I got hair everywhere except recently my cock, because you know, me and the missus split, so I'm back out there.
Manscape.
I did. I didn't take it all off, but you know, I trimmed down there.
Hey, Will, fuck you! I'll fight you. Let's go.
Must be a Canadian thing.
Oh, Will, you want to fight me like in real life? Because I'm down to box somebody. I'll fight Brockus. I'll fight Will. I'll fight American Phoenix. I'll fight Chaos. Furry and Finley's a chick. I won't fight her. Mark. I'll fight Mark.
Look you up, Schmeckle. I'm sorry.
Well,
what's that?
Phoenix would fuck you up.
So would Brockus and Will Honorless, and I've never seen what Chaos looks like, but probably Chaos. As long as I can monetize it, and trust me, people would love to see me get my ass kicked.
I heard your rant on this right after the fucking fight with
KSI and whichever Paul brother it was.
Yeah,
Logan. I thought, was it Logan or Jake? I got no fucking clue.
I don't fucking know. But I do remember your rant on this, and you going off and challenging everybody.
I will fight anybody that will allow me to monetize it.
And fuck, even, dude, I remember, even Tonka was like, oh, that's a good idea. Let's fucking do a wrestling match or something. Like,
no, I have said to Tonka many times that I will face him in the ring with the full knowledge that I will lose as long as I get a chunk of that cash.
Yeah.
And actually, if he wants to, if he wants to do wrestling instead of boxing, I mean, probably less likely to get hurt in wrestling than boxing, right? I would assume so. Like, boxing is full punching. Wrestling is, although no, I'm thinking like proper wrestling. He's talking like
if it's actual wrestling, yeah. You actually, you know what? I think the fake wrestling might be more susceptible to injury.
Yeah, it is. It's acted out, but it's they're actors with high pain tolerances. But you know, I don't care how hurt I am as long as the amount of money I make is proportionate.
American Phoenix, you forgot to put spaces in your sentence. Is that a sentence?
All right. Furry and Finley says, Schmeckle, you sexist cunt. Furry and Finley, it's more a legal thing. I can't legally hit a woman. What with having an ex-wife that I have a
Furry
child
doesn't
with.
say Schmeckle, you sexist cunt. He says
actually, that's a woman, and yeah, she says Schmeckle.
Schmeckle.
Chaos says, I am a few weight classes above you, Schmeckle. Chaos, I'm willing to fight Brockus, American Phoenix, and more importantly, Tonka. Tonka, I think, is probably the same weight class as me. Probably more capable than those other people I said.
I think American Phoenix is
Fuck you, I will spell and type any fucking way I want to tell your mom I said hello.
Right? Get in line, Phoenix. Get in fucking line.
Yeah, you got... Yeah.
Dude,
first. I thought I made that clear. Oh, furry. Again. Ex-wife, what I got a kid with. I can't be doing the whole hitting women thing. It makes me look bad.
But
also, we should probably cross Brockus off the list because I can't be hitting women, right?
But if Furry dressed as a bear, then you could knock her out, and you'd be like a survivor. You'd be like Bear Grylls.
I was attacked by a bear. I had to hit it. American Penis says, Schmeckle, I've eaten bigger steaks than you. American Penis, you're a goddamn trucker. I know you come through Canada now and then. You come down here where I'm at, and we'll face each other in the goddamn ring.
Why not just make it more interesting?
Been promising me that he would contact me when he gets near my area.
Well, Will Honorless, 1 second. Will Honorless says, me and Mara.
No show. What the fuck, Phoenix?
Will Honorless says that I should fight Mara. As in Kumara. As in Leaf's significant other, let's say. I don't want to call him a boyfriend. Yeah. That implies he's a boy. Oh,
I was implying Leaf was a boy. We did the same joke from opposite directions.
Yeah, well, we did. I would, how do I phrase this? I'm not fond of Kumara. I don't like Kumara. I think Kumara is a weak-willed, spineless little bitch.
I think Harold's way better.
Have never had, I get it. Who I have never had a positive experience with, who I've only heard bad things about, including from his significant other. I would not fight Kumara for one reason.
Phoenix, you're in Kansas City? Why the fuck didn't you message me? Kansas City is like 2.5 hours away from Omaha. I was in Kansas City, but even if I was in Nebraska, what the fuck?
I don't need to say the reason.
I'm sorry I interrupted. Now I'm mad.
No. I'm glad you interrupted. Keep going on. I was going to give a reason, but the reason's kind of mean.
Yeah.
Oh, and now you're just going to go to silence.
Yeah, indeed. We're going to just let that hang. Because we're going to let people know that you're just a big old meanie.
The reason. I got to take the glasses off so people can see that I'm not lying. Somehow. Apparently the eyes give away the lies.
The eyes give away the highs.
The lies with an L.
The highs.
The lies!
You look baked as fuck, bro.
It's legal here now. But yeah,
you look like the villain from Big Trouble in Little China.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Should. Anyway, say what
I'm here in Little China, so I assume you're talking about how squinty my eyes are.
The Big Trouble in Little China, yes.
That's not just because I'm high. I also have a very, very bright light in front of me, and I've been wearing sunglasses. I wouldn't fight Kumara because not only is it entirely unfair, because while I am scrawny, he's somehow scrawnier. I wouldn't fight him because while I do not respect him in any way, shape, or form, I'm supposed to pretend that I respect my co-hosts, and Leaf is one of those. So I should at least give her enough pretend respect to not pick on her significant other. Even if he is a spineless, jellyfish-like little bitch.
you and YouTube, Schmeckle, is that you tell us that you have scorn for us. YouTube tries to hide that shit. I respect that.
YouTube takes away every mean thing that I say. If you actually watch one of the streams back, they've cut it so that it sounds like I'm just being nice to you guys. They've changed the entire system.
But they take like years worth of shows and edit that down to like 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes long. You actually just describe what happened with the person, and we're done.
Did I really just nail that on the fucking head? That's awesome.
YouTube don't cut shit. I was making a joke, Mark. They don't yet censor the actual streams.
I know. I'm just kidding.
It'll happen eventually. If they don't just crash and burn before then. Eventually, if they don't go downhill, you'll start seeing videos where they cut out the bad parts. Yeah, it'll probably mainly affect big channels, but you'll start seeing that shit eventually. If they keep going down this path and they don't destroy themselves with it.
Speaking of YouTube and stuff, isn't there like an election coming up pretty soon in America, like a primaries or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what? I thought Trump was in until 2020.
Well, this is for shit. I don't know if I'm actually kind of drunk now.
I don't actually understand how.
It's for the House. House of Representatives. So that means senators and shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
right now, it's really looking like the Democrats, because they have seemed to have gone full insane, batshit crazy. Not only have they lost the presidency, the fucking
popular vote?
The Supreme Court, they're about to lose the House. It's about to be like our whole government is.
Your country's just gonna go completely Republican. And that's I'm not gonna lie. I tend to lean very slightly more toward the right than the left nowadays. I don't think it's a good idea for your country to be completely Republican controlled.
Look, no. Here's the problem. The Republicans haven't changed their views in the last 4 fucking years, like the Democrats.
No, they've just become the more reasonable of the two. The lesser of two evils.
To do is shut the fuck up. Since George fucking Bush. So the past fucking 10 years, all of Republicans have had to do is shut the fuck up. And the Democrats have dug themselves into a deep enough hole where me, as a lifelong Democrat with democratic values, still hold the values of the Constitution above.
You're at a point where
I still hold the values that we as Americans should all hold primary before
you're at the point where you're
abortion or fucking climate change, or like I'm talking about censorship. I'm talking about the right to bear arms, which I don't like. I own a shotgun, which I grew up hunting. I don't own a pistol. I'm not that into guns, but god damn it. If I don't,
you've come to a point. Your whole fucking country has come to a point where, you were a Democrat in your youth. You agreed with the beliefs of the Democrats, right?
Right.
Now we're at a point where the Democrats don't believe what you believe in, and the Republicans don't believe what you believe in. But the Republicans are closer.
But the Republicans are not, won't take us down a path. Like, at least the Republicans are sensible. I mean, I grew up in a blue state. I mean, it's New Mexico. It kind of it's borderline blue. It's not.
I always forget New Mexico's a state.
Huh?
I always forget New Mexico's a state.
Yeah. And I mean, like 7 out of 10 of my friends growing up are Hispanic. Like, I'm so
New Mexico is actually full of Mexicans.
It's just, I mean,
it's an accurate name at least.
Obviously, if you think Texas has a lot of fucking immigrants, actually, I mean, Texas has more than New Mexico, but it's also like 3 times the size of New Mexico. But so yes, lots of immigrants in New Mexico, and I grew up like waiting tables, tending bar, everybody behind the scenes, everybody cooking food, everybody cleaning is Mexican. Hispanic, because they don't just come from Mexico. It's El Salvador, it's fucking Guatemala.
They could be from any of those Mexican countries.
Yeah. South American countries.
Mexican countries. You heard what I said.
Okay, Mexican. Yeah, they're all brown. Who gives a fuck, right? Nah.
Yeah, they're all Indians to me.
But like I never gave a shit about if my friends were Hispanic or not. I mean, I grew up, that was the norm for me. I was the odd man out growing up as the white kid in New Mexico.
See, well, we had like 3 black guys and maybe a total of like 15 non-whites in my school, and it was a school of like 2,000. Right. When I went off to college, there were like 3 white guys. I mean, I went to a private school, right? So like, it wasn't a gigantic school. We had maybe like 300-400 students at a time at the most, right? But in the particular
1%, if you're in a country of like 80% white people, 0.1% representation, why isn't anyone bitching about that?
No, I went to school for fucking music production the first time, right? So my class was mainly Jamaicans and other Caribbeans.
Jamaicans?
Yeah, there were a couple. Well, I went to school in Toronto, right? There were a couple Asians.
Like long before that, like what the fuck are a shit ton of Jamaicans doing in music school in Canada?
They're doing good in the rap scene, man. There were a couple Asians. There were some Spanish. There were 3 white guys.
They're doing good in the Canadian rap scene, because I'm not seeing floating around the American rap scene.
No, I should say they're doing good in the music production end of the rap scene, making the beats, shit like that. But no, we had actually it was 4 white kids in my class. There was me, 2 other guys, and a chick. The chick slept through all the classes for the first little bit and ended up leaving. One of the white guys ended up failing out. And then it was just me and another white guy and every other race.
Yeah. In junior high, there were 2 kids. Like I went to a high school of probably 1,200, or a junior high of like 1,200. It was big.
Yeah, that's like real big.
2 kids were black. One of them was named Ezra and was a friend of mine.
Ezra's a real Jewish.
One of them, because Better Than Ezra had just come out.
And that's bad timing to be a guy named Ezra.
Right? So we always made fun of him for that. But yeah, it was, I mean, what are you going to do? Like, it's still close to half and half, like whites and Hispanics in New Mexico. But like I said, I'd say 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 of my friends growing up were Hispanic. That's just because that's just the population around you. And growing up, you don't even think about it, you know? Like,
No, we did have a couple non-whites in the small town I grew up with, and they were basically treated the same as everyone else, right? Like there weren't a whole lot of racist people, so nobody.
You're not seeing them getting walking down the street and going like fucking.
Yeah, like I remember growing up, they were treated basically normally and shit like that. It was just a shock for me being thrown in as the only fucking not the only, but like one of very few white guys, because some of those, especially the black guys, did have kind of a skewed view of white people, right? It wasn't something that they were like terrible about. Like we all ended up being friends and shit like that. They were just a little more apprehensive, right?
Well, it was different. It was new and different for you at the time. So when I was 15, my parents split up and I moved to Kansas because my mom is from Kansas. And so we moved to Kansas City, both me and my brother, and we went to high school.
And not the shitty Kansas City. They were on the rich side of Kansas City, guys.
No, we were on the. I mean, I'm telling you, we were at the time. It was deemed the second best place to live in America. Oh, right behind some place in Minnesota, actually.
Well, yeah, you're really not turning me off of your mother.
I know.
Right? Apparently, she's hot as fuck and has money. Wait, Mark. Mark, I seem to remember you offering me a couch to sleep on. Was that by any chance in your mother's house?
Fuck no.
I'm hearing a yes. Jimmy, are you hearing a yes?
There's a couch on the sidewalk.
In front of your mother's house? If it's in front of your mother's house, then I'm good with this.
Schmeckle, if you want to bring up these private DMs, we can. Because I'll tell you why I offered you a couch if you don't.
I mentioned many times that me and my missus split.
All right. I was just saying, I was being a friend and you're twisting it to hit on my mom. It's a little fucked up. It's a little fucked up.
Dude, I think me hitting on your mom was a little fucked up in the first place. This is the natural evolution of that.
Just to see what I brought her out to say hi, just to see what you would do with that. Like, I think it's fucking funny. Robert's like,
I gotta say, your mother's an excellent lady. She came up, she played along, she was entertaining. I'd like to sleep with her.
Right? And you know what? Since I banged your mom like 8 times, I think you have the right.
Man, I'm fine with that. Do you want to just you can have my mom and I'll take yours?
I'm extrapolating what your mom looks like based off your looks, and
her beard's bigger.
Stuttering inside.
Her beard's a lot bigger. My mom looks more like a dad than my dad does.
You're like Mac's mom from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Exactly that.
And then my mom comes in like Charlie's mom, in the fact that like my mom, I love her to death.
I can't remember Charlie's mom. I know they were in a relationship at some point, but I know Mac's mom and Charlie's mom were in a relationship for a bit, but I can't remember what she looked like.
Oh, well, dude, that's not how I'm comparing that relationship there. My mom, like Charlie's mom, is naive, and she has a lot of trouble, like...
Is your mom naive? Because that makes it better.
Technology and trends.
Is your mom naive?
No, okay. In some ways,
naive, kind of innocent. What was your grandfather like? Your maternal grandfather, is he an asshole?
I never met either one of them.
Okay, so that means he was probably an asshole.
But I have 2 grandmas.
I'm falling in love with your mom right now.
Look, I have 2 grandmas. One of them, the one on my mom's side of the family, she was a whiskey drinking, cigarette smoking, don't give a fuck what she says type of lady. And she was one of the coolest people I've ever met in my life. She's no longer with us, but she was always there when I was growing up. And like we'd go visit her and she'd always have like luck. My mom never bought sugar cereal for us. She was a good mom. But we go visit our grandma and she'd have like boxes of like Lucky Charms and corn pops and shit just for us. She didn't give a fuck what she said around us. She would always cuss. She was like an adult that treated us like adults when we were kids, and it was very cool. You know what I'm saying? She didn't treat us like a little kid and censor herself, or like she would sit there drinking whiskey out of the fucking bottle with a cigarette in her hand and an ashtray full of butts. Like she never hid anything about herself. And she died of lung cancer.
All right, but I think you're walking away from the point. You said your mom's naive and doesn't know her dad. I'm gonna need you to bring her on more consistently.
Doesn't know her dad. I'm saying I don't know.
Okay, so had a bad relationship with her dad. So
no, they died before I was born. Both my grandfathers died before I was born.
Oh shit! I thought you were saying like she stopped speaking to her. Like that would have been a real boon for me.
Yeah, in fact, both mine and Robert's middle names are. I'm not gonna tell you them, but
wait, you guys have the same middle name?
My middle name is my mom's grandfather's name, and Robert's middle name is my dad's grandfather's name.
Well, you're not gonna tell us your middle name, even though we can easily find either of you on the internet just with the first and last.
Look, I'll tell you mine.
Homo ain't.
I'll tell you mine. It's Raymond, because I don't give a fuck. But I don't know if that's something Robert wouldn't want me to tell people, so I'm not gonna tell it.
That's actually
mine's Raymond. I don't care. So my mom's dad's name is Raymond.
That's my dad's name.
Yeah.
My dad like knows his dad, but like he used to be my dad's mom and shit like that. So he was out of the family real quick. He's still alive and shit, and he's been emailing me recently. Don't know how he got my email, but I don't got a Facebook or nothing. I don't got anything where my email's public, but he wants to meet up and talk. And it's like, what are we gonna talk about? You beat up my grandmother. That's what I know about you. Like.
Actually, I've actually heard the same stories about the guy I'm named after, Raymond, when it hit my grandma. But my grandma, like I've heard stories about it. I obviously I don't know if it's true. In fact, the stories that I've heard, I don't know. I mean, I'll trust it, but I wasn't there. It's all hearsay. My grandma and my grandpa, but my grandma was a hard ass bitch.
No, it's not hearsay.
You don't get that way from being coddled all your life. I'll tell you that much.
Well, it's not hearsay for me. Like they had 3 kids who all witnessed it, right? Right. He's trying to get in touch with me. It's like, what the fuck are we gonna talk about? The one thing hearsay. I know about you is you beat up my grandmother.
It's still hearsay. It's literally hearsay.
Just saying. It went to court.
Someone's saying that it happened.
No,
it just pointing that out.
It went to courts and he was charged.
Not hearsay anymore. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't discount what you're saying.
No, it ended up being brought up during the divorce hearings and shit like that, and then it ended up going further from there.
Who's divorce?
My paternal grandparents.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Okay.
Well, one of the best things though is I'm actually like my middle name is my dad's stepfather's name.
What a cuck! What a Canadian cuck. What do you call it? Cuck-Canadian?
Well, no, it makes the actual like my dad's actual dad look like unimportant, right? It's like you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna name it. I'm the oldest, right?
By naming you Jeffrey, you didn't have to go for the stepdad's name.
Well, no, he gave me the fucking stepdad's name specifically so that he could point out to his dad. I named him after your replacement.
So you're an emotional tool in your parents' marriage.
At least my middle name
is
is.
literally a tool.
Not in my parents' marriage, just in my dad's relationship with his dad.
Oh yeah, there we go. Sorry.
I think it might have
I'm
actually.
Just kidding, by the way.
Well, no, I think it might have actually been my mom's idea. But one of them decided, hey, let's be a dick to the guy who beat up your mom. or my mom, however the conversation went. But I kind of like it because he's reaching out to me, and if I do end up speaking with him, it's going to be one of the things I'll bring up. He's got to be like 70-something at this point. He beat up my grandmother, who I love. So I'd like to see him unhappy.
Yeah. Well,
maybe it'll give him a heart attack. Yeah, he's 70-something. Heart attacks sometimes happen at that age.
Yeah. I never met either one of my grandfathers, but both of my grandmothers are caricatures of grandmothers on opposite sides of the spectrum. I have my mom's mom, who was the whiskey smoking, or whiskey drinking, cigarette smoking, cussing like a fucking sailor, and I mean, like, was hard. That stereotype of a grandma. And then on my dad's side, I have the short, sweet, will make you cookies for no fucking reason, like the quintessential sweet grandmother on the other side.
Yeah, one of my grandmothers, she was a judge for a while and like sentenced a bunch of people to death. The other was a secretary for a while. Then her boss killed himself and left her some money. So then she invested really nicely and hasn't worked since then, and just was like a really good stay-at-home mom. So I got like the sweet grandmother. Like I actually lived with her for a little bit before I got a place when I was in school for a couple weeks. I just crashed with her because she was in Toronto as well. She made me breakfast, lunch, and dinner every fucking day. Like she would go out and buy little snacks and stuff so I could bring it to school. And it's like, I'm like 20, right? And it's like, yeah, but I just want to make sure you're staying healthy. Then there's the other grandmother who, that's my mom's mother. She's got 5 grandkids. Me, my 2 sisters, and my 2 cousins. I'm her favorite out of all of them. So, while she's hard as shit on them, she's spent ridiculous amounts of money on me and said, "Don't tell your mother."
Nice.
Yeah, she's got, or she had brain cancer. So her personality's kind of changed over the past couple years. But the one thing that hasn't changed is she still likes me better than the rest. And I'm okay with that, because it's extended to my kid. She has 5 great grandkids. She likes my kid the best. She likes me the best. She likes my kid the best. And both sets of my grandparents at this point are rich, right? The more they like me or my kid, the better.
Oh yeah.
It just kind of sucks because like she has a brain tumor and all that, right? She's probably gonna die soon. If she dies before her husband does, I'm getting fuck all. If her husband dies before she does, I'm getting everything.
Right. So maybe a little rat poison next time you go visit might be in order.
Hey, Granddad, you ever taste this? I know it looks like an ant trap, but it's just one of your pills. You're getting old. Here, I'll rub your throat while it...
Right? Here, swallow this pillow. Fuck.
But no, I love both my grandparents, but
patricide.
If my grandmother dies before my granddad does, I'm getting fuck all. His favorites ain't none of my mom's kids. They're her sister's kids. If he dies first, I'm probably getting more than my mother. More than my mother's sister. I'm probably getting the big cut.
Watch, she gives you like 12 pennies. 12 pennies. You get 12 pennies in the will.
Well, no,
separated. You don't even get a dime and 2 pennies. You get 12.
I can almost guarantee that if he dies first, she'll make me the executor of the will. Oh, I can almost guarantee that. And if she does, like, I'll follow her instructions. But I can almost guarantee her instructions will be most of it goes to me.
Right. Well, my grandma, my grandma, I have no idea how much money she has. She lives in a nice house, but I have no clue what her financials are. I have no clue what her wills are. I couldn't care less. All I want is my grandma to stick around.
Oh, yeah, I mean, obviously, I hope my grandparents, except maybe my dad's real dad, don't die, right? I generally wish most people don't die, especially those that I love and care about.
I have this weird belief that you shouldn't be looking forward to people to pass away.
No, I'm not looking forward to anyone passing away. I'm just having hopes about the order in which they do so. I'm hoping when, God forbid, one of them dies, his happens before hers.
That's, in my opinion, totally fine, totally valid. But when you get to the point where you're like hoping for someone to pass away so you can get their money.
No, if you're sitting there like, oh, right, great granddad, yeah, you're fucking 89 years old. I know you're worth millions. Just fucking kick the bucket. No, you're a little bit of a piece of shit.
Yeah. Also, if she dies first and he ends up in control and leaves everything to other people, are you going to be like really upset about it? Like, how much do you care about that order happening? I mean, obviously, you'd prefer it to happen because it would
I'm still gonna get money if like he's not gonna leave me nothing. I don't know. It's not something I constantly think about. I would definitely much prefer one to happen than the other.
Right.
But I mean, if she dies first, I'm mainly just gonna be sad that my grandmother died, not so much that I lost the money.
Just assuming you're getting nothing, and then when you get something, it's a fucking bonus. Everything is a bonus after that. So even if it's not even if you only get $1,000 fucking dollars, it's like, sweet. Can't believe she gave me $1,000. Like fucking.
Oh yeah, $1,000.
Anything from my grandma, I'll be like. First of all, I'd be surprised because I have no clue how much she has or what she's. Not a fucking clue. She lives in a duplex with my aunt, who is
Oh yeah, you're one of those people that says aunt. I'll have to take note of that.
Aunt. Actually, I usually say aunt. I kind of.
Well, then why'd you just go and say aunt right there?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Oh, he clammed up. He was like, "I'm on camera. I gotta say, aunt. My aunt.
My aunt. Okay, my aunt. Yeah. She is. She's lived with my grandma her whole life because she has
Down syndrome.
Special. And so I mean, like, I have no idea how much I don't even really know what my grandma did for a living. Like, I don't even know if she worked and my grandpa like made a bunch of money and then she fucking has just been living off that and a pension. Like, I have no fucking clue what her situation is. I just know she lives in a duplex with family. Everyone in that duplex is family. So I don't know if she's dead broke.
So
and like the rest of the family is paying for her fucking house. I don't even care.
So I dipped out for a bit. Are we talking about this because Pee-wee Herman's about to die? Is that what this is happening?
No, we just got on the subject.
We've been on a different topic for a long time. We are going to wrap up in a couple minutes, though, because we got to start getting ready for the next show, which actually, coincidentally, I want both of you on.
Oh, okay.
I can probably hop on for a little bit. I do just want to point out before the show ends that Pee-wee Herman is making a comeback. Since 2013, he has actually been working on a movie. Let's see what it says here. He's working on his next movie.
Pee-wee may be making a comeback.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's also what the guy in front of him in the theater received.
I see what you did there. That was good. But he's apparently trying to make Pee-wee's Playhouse the movie. And from what I'm reading here, it looks like Johnny Depp's going to be in it. Justin Bieber is making a cameo.
If I was him, I'd cut Justin Bieber out of there. Keep Johnny Depp, because that's in his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, okay, Pee-wee's Big Holiday sounds like it's coming out. Like, I mean, Pee-wee, it looks like, I mean, you know, everybody's all nostalgic right now. They got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and shit. I wouldn't be surprised to see Pee-wee come out, especially since all he did was get caught whacking off in a theater to porn. It's not like he, whacked off in front of a chick with consent.
That's true, but I think that was what the media tried to spin it off as like he's jerking off.
No, I'm sorry. There's been this whole consent argument about how much is enough consent, how much isn't. No consent is enough consent. If you have sex with anybody, ever, or do anything sexual in front of anybody, ever, or don't do anything sexual in front of anybody, ever, you're a rapist. And I hope you know that.
Hear, hear. Fuck all you rapists.
Tonight we had some cunts. Get the fuck out of here. You're all rapists and I'm disgusted with you. We'll be back in like half an hour. Come and watch that show.